Me, 45 minutes in the bedroom. I gotta start off my day right. Bust in one hand.
And then bust on the other one and put them together, make that whipped cream.
Welcome to the Mimic.
Are you serious?
Oh, brother.
Oh my gosh. Just
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Get off the stage! Get off the stage!
All right, get off my stage.
yo,
All right,
yo.
boys.
Bro,
As we all know, today the Pentagon released official UFO videos. So, did anybody else see those videos?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
Yo, those were my homies, bro.
So, question is, can there be life out there in space?
Yeah.
My
I don't know,
answer.
bro. They sent monkeys out there, bro.
oh shit. No.
It's a pickle, dude.
He turned himself into a pickle, bro. He's Pickle Rick.
It wasn't excellent.
All right, DB2. If you had $1 million, what would you do with them? And why is it you'd pay a bunch of virgins to have sex with you? All right, DB2, can you please answer the question, huh?
What? You're asking me?
He said, if you had $4 million, what would you spend with it?
4 million. If I had $4 million, that's a lot of money. Well, first,
I didn't ask how much it was.
I give it to charity.
at first, I would buy myself a house. With that 4 million,
You're
and
selfish.
then I would pay off my car and pay off my student loans, and then pay for the rest of college. And then after that, I think I would invest some money into the stock market, and then start a small little business, and then turn it into a corporate.
I'd buy a lot of acid.
But my business would be growing marijuana plants, so then I could make a lot of money because everything's gonna be legal soon, like acid.
Dang, dude, that's real deep.
Latinos is demographic.
Is he done yet?
That's not deep enough, bro.
Yeah, for real,
Exile him.
Okay, jeez, you guys
Burn
need
him on the
to calm
cross.
down.
If you had one thing to cross off your bucket list, but it's the only thing you can do before you die, what would it be?
That's a good
Skydive
question.
without a parachute.
Do you think at some point murder is justified?
At some point, murder is justified.
Yeah, like when do you think it's okay to kill somebody?
Self-defense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't think if it was self-defense, why don't you just put them down instead of killing them? Like,
Well, I mean, it's like no
just
choice. Like, they're gonna keep fighting back.
Mobilize them, break
It
their legs,
depends-
break their arms. You don't have to kill a
depend-
person.
It
Yeah, but
depends on the
you don't have that. What
situation.
if like you don't have that kind of ability? Like, say you have a gun and you're like, oh, I have a gun. I'm just gonna. I mean, he's still chasing after me. I might as well shoot.
Okay,
him.
so the thing with the gun part. I feel like when people have a gun, I think you should never aim to kill somebody. Just dismobilize them, shoot their knees.
But
Like,
the thing
you
is,
don't
it's
have
like,
to kill
yeah,
a
but
person.
but the thing is, when they're in a
No,
in a
but,
tough situation, like they'll just activate a fight or flight feeling. So they either run or fight, and the first thing they think like, oh, I have a gun, so I'm just shoot him right away. I'm not gonna think like, oh, let me disarm
Yeah,
him
but-
and
Well, then
discombobulate
that
him.
brings up another question. If they're mentally prepared and they're not able to think in tense situations, should they even have the gun?
I mean, if they don't have the gun in the first place, then they're gonna get themselves killed because they don't have no way of defending themselves.
I mean,
Exactly.
unless you take self-defense classes.
Let's
Take
moral of the-
karate.
Woman, dog.
Moral
Well,
of
I
the
mean, like,
story
we're
is
talking
learn
about-
karate.
What do you say about this
What did you say?
VC? You got any opinions? Huh? You got any opinions? Huh? You got a problem?
Well,
huh?
I personally think it honestly just depends on the situation of what's gonna happen. You can't just pull out a gun and shoot somebody. It just depends on the situation and what's going on.
Well, of course, that's what we're
If-
saying
if
in
you-
self-defense,
if
though.
you- No, let's say a guy tries to rob you and he pulls out a gun, but you pull out a gun and shoot him first to immobilize him. Wouldn't he just get either hurt or upset and he just shoots you back? And then you have a higher chance of dying because he's just angry at you because you fucked up his Louis Vuitton jeans, you know?
Well, it all
That's
depends though,
so-
because then they either be like really scared, like, oh shoot, bro, chill, 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 oh my god, because people will get like really scared once they're in a sticky situation, like, oh, he actually got me down and he still has more ammo in his gun, so if I'm gonna aim my gun at him, he's definitely gonna shoot me and end me, because I'm really in a bad situation right now. So that's why
Bro,
they'll
every
like
kid in
be
a
really
school
scared in the
shooting
first place rather
scenario.
than like being angry. Because being angry is definitely not like a thing like, oh, you shot me? Well, I'm very angry. No, they'll be like, oh shoot, he shot me. This is crazy.
I'm gonna shoot them back.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I got shot, I'd probably
feel
cry
like-
like a bitch.
I feel
Exactly.
like
See.
Wait, hold on.
I feel like killing someone else is never really justified. It's just less bad to be, if that makes sense. Like killing someone is obviously going to be way worse than killing someone in self-defense, but you still took another person's life. You know?
When did I do that?
What is it?
The fuck are you doing?
What if you were drunk driving and the passenger died because on your watch? That's considered manslaughter.
Yeah, that'll be your fault for. Well, I mean, it
But
depends.
I have another question though. So
Well-
was the same
Because if you're
mentality-
drunk driving, then yeah, it's your fault. But if you're just driving normally and then like something bad happens, then it's not your
Well,
fault.
is it? Do you think the justice system views the same way of a woman killing someone in self-defense opposed to a man killing someone in self-defense?
I think
I don't
they're
think
both
so.
treated the same.
Are they both treated the same?
Yeah, because it's literally murder. That's the real thing. They're gonna be like, oh,
Well,
you
yeah,
killed
but it's
someone. All right,
still-
we
but it's-
forgive you. Like no, like
No, but like in self-defense though, that's
exactly. It's self-defense though. It's the
You can
thing.
hang me.
yeah.
I was trying to sit in there.
That's different. It's self-defense. You're defending
Yeah.
yourself
I'm
from
gonna
the
pee on you.
attacker.
I'm gonna
So of course
shit
you
on
can't really get in trouble. Like as long as you're like solid proof that you're defending yourself, not like oh he said a bad word to me, so I shot him to
You
death.
like my chin?
Yeah.
I feel like. Okay, so okay.
I guess
Same.
it really
To-
depends on
just-
who's like.
To stay on topic, like, what about the death penalty? Do you think that's justifiable? Like, do you think we should fully take it away, or no?
I
Wait, is
think
it
it's
like wait for like the
justifiable.
are we talking about the
Well,
self-defense kind
I
of
mean,
thing
like-
or no? This is like completely different.
No, like someone's in court and they're like, "You now have the death penalty. You're gonna die."
I feel like if it has
Depending
to
on the
it has to equally weigh what they did.
yeah, it has to be like
If they
really
killed a
messed
lot
up.
of
Then yeah, they
people,
deserve
then
it.
yeah.
But if it's just like oh you robbed some lip gloss, yeah, you should die.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
But
My
if it's something
lip
like
gloss.
awful, I mean, I think how it would kind of work, like either it's like completely like messed up, then yeah, or like if they've done it like multiple times, like oh you keep killing this person, even though we keep releasing you, yeah, you deserve the death sentence, kind of thing. Because you're not
Okay,
learning your lesson.
do you have any? Do you have like any examples of somebody who's done something that you would say is equally bad that they got the death penalty?
What do you mean?
Like, give us an example of somebody who got the death penalty, like in real life.
In real life.
Okay. Okay. So there's this kid who did a school shooting in Oregon, but he was stopped by his teacher. I don't think he took any lives, but actually, let me look at what happened to the kid.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, we need to
wait,
get
wasn't it? Wasn't it the one in Portland, the one who got a shotgun, but like
Yeah.
somebody tackled him before he could do anything?
Yeah. At that point,
True.
I feel like he just served so much time in jail.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a death sentence
Oh
because
wait,
he
wait,
didn't
wait,
take
wait,
anyone's
wait,
lives.
wait. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this since some of you aren't from Oregon. The Oregon forest fire that happened a few years ago
Yeah,
was
the kid
caused by
started it.
some kids playing fireworks in the forest, and it killed hell animals, and it burned not most of our forests.
It
But
caught
it
Oregon
is-
on fire, Washington on fire, and it started
Jesus.
spreading fire in California.
They
Wait, were
were underage kids. I don't remember their exact age, but all they had to do was community service.
Well, community service.
I'd say that's a
but
bit
they had
unfair.
No. They had to do
Okay.
community service, and they have to pay back what is owed, which means
Really?
for the rest of his life he's gonna be what's it called when
In
they
debt.
well yeah in debt, but they doesn't garnish his wages because he owes like so much millions of dollars in property damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
He
He
has
becomes
to
a
pay back. He has to pay back 36 million.
Yeesh.
Yeah. And since it spread over into Washington, he has to pay he was charged with separate charges because it spread into a separate state. So not only did he have to deal with Oregon federal law, he had to deal with Washington's law and
and
what
also
they wanted to push
Dude, that
him
guy's
on.
life gotta be so fucked. Not gonna lie.
He burned over 47 acres. No, 47,000 acres.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you think he ever looks at his friend and say that was lit?
He has to serve 1,920 hours of community service.
Yikes. Might as well
Someone do
just
the
end it.
math. How many days is that?
1, 2,
Wait,
more than
what
my
was
hands
the
can count.
number?
1,920 hours.
That's 80 days, 80 24-hour days.
How many months is that?
So if you do 30 days a month,
It's almost like 3 months and like
3 straight months, that's 24 hours a day for 3 straight months.
Yikes.
That is weird.
But if they spread it out to 8-hour days, 5 days a week,
He'd
have
have
you
to
guys
do 8 hour if he does 8 hour shifts every day, he'd have to do it for 8 months
so that's
straight.
so that's
Oof.
5
That
days
is
a week
almost.
because they probably haven't let him do stuff on weekends. But he'd be like,
I don't.
I don't feel like they'd make him do it 7 days a week. I feel like they'd make him do 5 days a week, like a
Yeah, I'll
work
say
week.
5 days a week rather than 7 days.
Yeah. So what would that be?
let me
Well,
ask you
but
guys a question.
you can't
Like
just join mid recording.
what do you think what do you think is considered good from bad? Like you were raised to do this, so this is considered good. Or if somebody tells you that's bad, is that considered bad? Or you were raised to do something and it's considered bad?
What do you
Depending
mean?
on how,
But yeah, what do
like
you
how you're
mean, dude? Oh
raised.
my god.
What do you
No, what
mean?
he means is like how people are raised different. If
Yeah.
people's different viewpoints, and that just all depends on your conscience and just your morals. But you also have to go by what the law says. So it doesn't matter how you're raised, as long as there are laws in place, you have to go by those laws, whether you view them as good or bad.
Someone break these blocks under me.
Did that make sense? How I explained that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Well, that was a
I don't
quick
think so.
question.
That was quite a long question.
Dude, stupid questions get stupid answers.
Okay. I do have another deep question.
Right?
Is someone okay? Is it justifiable to hurt people? As
Yeah,
in,
probably.
so say me, I've physically hurt somebody. Should
Okay.
I be held responsible for what I did?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. Now to continue the question, what if maybe I formed the question wrong. Okay, so say like, is it completely my fault if I was raised in a household where abuse was a regular thing, where I constantly? No, I'm not saying I was, but I'm just saying for the question.
Yeah.
If I grew up in a
Like,
household where my siblings, my parents, and I were physically hurt, and I grew up with that's the norm, like it's okay. Should I be the one? Should I be held justified? Should be held responsible for all the things that I did when I didn't know better? Like I'm sent into the world thinking that's how everybody should behaves. Is that should I be held responsible for everything, or should I?
That's not really how it works, like making it as the norm, because you're gonna experience like things outside where you see like, oh, other
Yeah.
people treat others, so it's not like just you in your house the entire time you live. Like, of course you're gonna go out, be like, you're gonna be looking at other people like, oh, why aren't they fighting, why are they acting like this, like all nicely, this is so weird, and you're gonna start realizing that like maybe this is actually not normal, like being abusive. And not only that, but you have feelings, you're gonna feel that this is wrong, this is not right,
Well,
why am I
if you're
getting
at the
beat?
point where you're being abused mentally and physically, some people stop the process of
Like
being able to
thinking.
feel emotions and thinking certain ways. And people who are usually in these types of situations are depressed. They're usually the weird kids at school. Don't you think they'd be bullied in school too? Not allowing them to be like, oh, I guess this isn't how people act. They wouldn't really get the chance to think like that if they're also being bullied at school.
Uh-huh.
I feel like your actions are your actions no matter what. Like,
You should be held accountable about what you did.
Like, it shouldn't be ignored that like
Yeah,
you think it's
because
the
it would
norm. You
still
should
be wrong.
be
Say, because if you did grow up in an abusive household, that doesn't mean it's still okay for you to be abusive to maybe your future children. You know
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that
and things
that wouldn't.
change.
Yeah,
So
that wouldn't.
should like I'm not saying I'm doing. I'm just using myself as an example. As always.
He's like,
um,
I didn't do this, guys.
um, what do you think should happen to that person if they did that? Because I feel like they should be trialed differently than people who don't know.
I feel like they would be put in some sort of therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like that would be provided just because I don't know. I guess it'd be up
like
to what that person decides to tell their attorney, or if it is in a big case, or if it is in yeah, if it is brought to light. I feel like it would
Do you
be
hear that in the background?
I heard something. Yeah.
yeah,
stumble use.
Oh no.
This is the exact
yeah.
situation. Stumble.
How often do you go out of your way to help someone? Or
Oh,
also, how far would you go to help someone?
As an adult, or is it an adult or is it like a kid?
I think like as you are
Anything.
right now, to be
As,
honest.
No,
yeah,
no, no,
as you
no, no. Who am I helping?
Oh,
to
I can
help
be.
someone. I mean, it could be anybody.
I mean, there's
I
only so much
feel
you can help a kid before it starts looking weird.
Yeah, that's a problem.
okay. Okay, I would help
I
a child differently than I would help an adult. If a child is like, say, I see a starving child, I wouldn't help. Okay,
Dang, dude.
obviously, I would help. I'd say something, right? But if I see like an adult, like, okay, some way, okay, this is a different topic, but kind of the same topic. Like homeless people, I rarely give money to homeless people.
Same.
And when I say that, I mean I rarely give money to homeless white people. And the reason I do this is because for, my family, and I'm Hispanic, and Hispanic people come to America legally, right? They don't speak English, this and this, and they did that by their choice. And they come here and they work and they get a job, they get a house, and they build themselves up from nothing. But then I see most of the times I see white people here who could perfectly speak English right, and they can write, talk English, yet they're on the street asking for money. And at that point, I don't think it's okay to help people like that because they have all the tools they need to be successful in America, but they don't take it upon themselves to work through it. That's that's how I view it because it's either
but don't
you work or go ahead.
but don't but don't like most jobs require to have something like most jobs have required to have like your social security, have ID, which
So
Yeah.
the
That's
per
moral of
se
the
like most
story
homeless
for
people don't
okay,
have that.
so the moral story for Yobani, he's not gonna help homeless white people. That's just what that is.
no,
Okay,
I'm
cut
not
this
because
out the
they
video. This is
have
how we
no,
get
they
like
have
canceled.
everything. They have everything to be successful. Illegal people come here with no social security, no home. You know what they do? They work shit jobs that no one wants to do. They work in the fields for 50 cents an hour, not
They do
being
the
paid
dirty
minimum
jobs.
wage. They do the dirty
They
jobs we don't want to do. Anybody can do those dirty jobs, but people
no,
won't
they
fucking
they
put
do
themselves
the
through it.
jobs that white people don't want to do.
I'm saying
What?
anybody can be successful, but some people just don't put themselves through it. Like,
Th- This just became a race thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Let's
mean,
Okay,
uh,
we can't use this in the video. This is
All right.
yeah.
people are
It's
gonna
probably
pull
like that.
this up in
Hopping
like
on.
10 years
okay. When I say
time.
white,
And
then
they're gonna be like, see,
Don't
All right.
worry, I might cut this
Hopping.
out.
to be
Hop,
fair, I don't help anybody regardless.
It just
This one
hopping on
time,
to a different question.
I went to go buy a book at Barnes and Noble, and I saw a homeless man outside. I'm like, I'll give him whatever my change is, and it was a $10 bill. Like that was my change.
ooh.
And I drove past by them, and as I got near them, they looked at another car, and I'm like, well, looks like you're not getting this money, and I drove away.
I know the first time I ever gave money to a man was after my first job. I just got my first paycheck. I was working at we'll call it it's just a sandwich shop. But after I got my first job, because I was riding the bus.
Subway.
Jimmy
Okay,
John's.
Jersey Mike's. So after I was working
What's different?
at Mike's Jersey, um, there was a homeless man that always would stand by the street light by the bus stop, and he was an older guy, like really old. And
70.
I just after I got my first paycheck, I just took $5 out of my wallet and just gave it to him, and he went into Jersey Mike's and bought a sandwich, which I'm surprised they let him buy one because they're overly priced and like $8 a sandwich. But um, being able to see that your money is going towards what they're actually asking it for, um, is better than someone asking for money, but they're using it for other purposes, not for what they're asking or what they're needing it for, you know?
Like
Yeah,
drugs or
and
alcohol.
you never
Yeah.
know if they are or aren't. You know.
If
Yeah.
they're legit or not.
There are like
Yeah, which is another way to
some
test that
people who
is when people ask for money for food instead of giving them money, giving them food. Because I've seen people where they give them food and the homeless person throws the food away because they want the money and not the food. You know?
Or what if they're
Because
not hungry?
because
Wait, what is it like?
I mean, they
what-
want to buy
what
their
is
own
it?
necessity
gonna
though.
throw
They
it
want to like
away.
buy what they want to buy, not like, oh, you give me food, or like maybe
I'm
like
allergic
picky
to
eaters.
peanut butter, bro.
Exactly.
see
I
my
feel like you should never help anybody. Fuck everyone.
See, that's the thing when it comes to like, oh, you go.
grandma has like the same kind of view.
PTSD.
She won't help anyone no matter what. Says they're not actually home, deserve my money and shit like that. And like there are just people who refuse to help because they think that that they're just pretending to me that they don't deserve.
Yeah.
That's what I like
It's
find
why?
interesting though, like how like people like treat their child like how they see homeless people. Like they can like tell their kid like, oh, don't pay attention to them. They're just like, you just want money. They just quit. They just like, they don't have school. I mean, they don't go to school and learn anything. So that's why they're like this. So you better stay in school and yada yada. And there's like another side being like, oh, they're just like, they're having tough times. Maybe like their wife left them, yada yada. And sometimes it's nice to give them like some money to like support them. It's like it all depends like how they were raised to actually like bring it up to like how
This
it is
goes
today.
back
Like
to
what's
this just goes back to how they're raised,
yeah,
whether it is.
like their
So, yeah.
You
viewpoints
actually
and like
got
their
a
feeling.
similar story to that.
Yeah.
I think we had this conversation a long time ago.
Yo,
And
funny we did. Totally. Dude, we had this in art class. That's why I'm like, what you
Art
saying?
class.
Like,
And I was wait. I don't think it was about helping homeless people. I think it was about tipping or something.
no, bro, it was about homeless people because you'd always tell me about how your family came from nothing.
No,
that
we
they worked
had
hard.
the only conversation.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't in art class. It was in that fucking when Skylar was in there. I forgot what class that
Oh
was.
yeah, because he pissed us off. Oh god, I hate Skylar.
The only thing
What
that
was Skylar's
the only,
take?
Fuck
the
that
only
guy.
conversation I remember about the whole tipping situation was when we did the podcast stumble.
Oh, that's right. I don't tip. I don't think I never.
Skylar sounds like a
Yeah,
tomboy.
I don't really
Yo,
think.
my
Like I do feel
never
sorry for them
tips.
though.
He never tips.
Do people
He never
actually
tips.
name
He
their
goes
child
all in
Skylar?
the guts.
Skylar, dude, I think like one of my neighbor's kids is named Seven.
Dude, I fucking hate Skylar.
Oh, Absidy. That's like my.
Let's go off topic. Let's switch up a different question.
Yeah, we need to get off like stop getting off topic. This is why our
Alright.
recording gets so
No.
long.
Let's go to a different topic.
Fuck Skylar, right?
Alright, would y'all
Slash.
rather
I hate that guy.
would y'all rather acquire items like material stuff or experiences?
What do you?
Yo, bro,
Huh?
I just want to experience finishing a box of mac and cheese with my significant other, but I'm sitting here playing Minecraft alone with the boys.
Hey,
That's all you need sometimes.
Honestly,
I feel like experiences would be better than items because with experiences you'll learn. It'll get you further in life,
true.
farther than any item will. You know.
I mean, let's like sharpness
Can't
5.
can't also items give you experiences?
Yeah, but it won't
Like,
give
for
you
like
Yeah,
personal.
getting a fucking bad dragon dildo, that can give you a ton of experiences.
no, like
Like
let's
the
say your
experience of when
first
I
car.
stole $2,000 from my parents. That's an experience I'll probably never forget.
No, like let's say your first car. You did a lot of shit in your car. You went to it a lot of different places.
Dude, I haven't done shit in my
That
truck. What
I
are you talking
do
about?
it again. I'm never asking a question ever again. I'm just gonna drink and just listen.
Where does Snark go? Oh no, sorry. Where's Stumble go?
I'm building a site over here.
I'm
Oh,
just
you're playing like
chilling in
outside.
Cedar Rapids.
I
If
feel
you
like
can
okay. Let's change it up to a different question.
Let's talk a little bit more, but I need to go to bed, bro, because I wake up in 3 hours.
I mean, if you need a
guys-
go, you should go, bro.
do you
Like,
guys
No, bro.
do you guys
I'm part of
do
this
you,
now, dude. I'm part of Mimic. I gotta be here.
do you
hey,
guys
Wolfpatch and Brandon should learn from you.
You know
I know,
what?
right?
I'm deleting
I
my
mean,
recording.
I mean,
You know what? This is why
I'm
Nana's
leaving
better.
the mimic.
Nana's actually like committed.
I mean, like, if you really think about it, Brandon's been trying to find a way to not do anything for me. Okay, do you guys have a certain mentality, like something you live by?
I
Something I
do.
live by. No
I
regrets, dude. Do shit that you want to do, and just don't like. If you do something, what I do is if I feel like I'm gonna regret not doing it, then I'm just gonna go out there and just do what I want to do,
If
which
you
is
want to
what I'm
fuck a
doing
guy, you're just
now.
gonna go out there and fuck a guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
bro. If I just wake up one morning, I'm like, you know what, man? If I don't do this,
I want
like,
to suck some dick, like, yeah, and just wake up one morning like, I feel
I'm
like
just feeling almighty gay right now, and I just gotta get that out of me.
no, but like seriously, like I feel like just don't. I don't want to have any regrets when I get to a certain age where I'm gonna die.
Yeah, honestly.
what if you have regrets of having not enough regrets?
Not enough regrets.
but like to answer Ernie's question, the way if I have a certain mentality that how I live my life would be kind of like Jared's. If I want to do something, I do it. Opinion, people's opinions of me don't matter to me.
Same, dude. I do not give
Henceforth
a
is
shit.
why I'm such an asshole and say whatever I want because I
You
don't
really
care what
are.
people say.
Yo, honestly, fuck those curly hair motherfuckers.
Yo, dude, I have curly
Like
hair. You sack of shit.
like a few weeks ago, I was like, I want a mullet. I want to see what I want with a mullet. And then did I question it? No, I just did it because I do what I want and I want what I do. It's as simple as that.
Like
I
Because
right
think
now, what I'm working towards is I want to own my own. Is
you
what I
don't
really.
want.
I want to own my own brand. My own brand of clothing is what I really want. Just so I have creative freedom to design what I want to wear, how I want to look,
I
and just
think
be able to put my artwork out there and do it for me and not for other people.
I think for me, my mentality that I live by is like living for the moment. No,
Yeah,
if that makes any sense. Like I don't really like thinking to the future or like tomorrow. I just want to live for the day. I really have enough to. I could stress about tomorrow or next week or the another hour later on. I just want to do what the fuck I'm doing now and just live with that. Whatever
I like
happens,
that.
basically.
I feel like people do stress out a lot about everything. I feel like one of the things I learned from when I was younger, when I had depression, was that worrying about too many things at once doesn't do you any good. Why stress about something where you're not gonna die from it? You know, like you shouldn't be stressing about anything, and just enjoy what you have right now because you're gonna die one day. Like I live carefree. I don't really worry about many things, and where I should be like I have I have with two where I should probably get it checked, but I don't because I don't really stress out about it and I forget. Like
Oh,
just a few days, I was like, man, I should probably get this checked, and then up till now, I just remembered about it too. Like, don't stress
damn
out
it, you
about
fucking.
anything. Just enjoy what you have right now.
That's why I'm drinking.
Drinking to forget.
He's drinking to forget. Oh no, poor soul.
No, I'm gonna remember everything. Why do you think I'm recording this? It's not for me. It's for me.
What about-
I feel like not an awful mindset to have, but I feel like it can get kind of out of hand. Like you don't want to like worry about everything, but like I guess worry about the things that, and not like worry and like panic over them, but just kind of like give them the right amount of attention.
Yeah,
I
don't smother yourself, right?
yeah, just like I guess don't overwhelm yourself, but also don't just try and push everything off. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, like push on the brakes, but don't stop.
slow down, smell the flowers. Just don't stress out too much. It would be my best thing. My best advice.
Wait,
I'm gonna be on for 10 more minutes,
this
and
is
then I'm probably gonna smoke a bowl and pass out.
this is
Alright.
this is probably not the sake for the video, but I want to ask Bolt, what's your
up?
mentality?
Fuck
Like something that
bitches,
you live by.
do drugs, and be happy.
That's not a good fucking advice.
The life of a rapper.
Bro, I thought that was my thing.
Dude, you have nothing, Brandon. You don't even
I
have a
guess
recording, bro.
Your thing is you touch
I
children.
got my
Like, honest-
gaming, I guess.
If you want me to be honest, bro, what I would say is do whatever makes you happy and don't give a fuck about what people have to say,
Hey.
bro. I used to be so insecure.
This
about
is not
watching
Sammy.
anime,
This is Brett,
God.
idiot.
Yo, kick him out.
Yo,
Come on.
Brett, this is Brett.
Get this guy on my
This
chat.
is
What's up,
Brett.
Brett, yo, Brett, what's up?
What's happening?
I haven't
Brett, if you know who that is,
talked to you
that's
ever.
Jared.
Jared who?
Council Peters.
The one with the most
Jared
drip?
like the subway one.
The one who took that dude's dick on a boat.
Dude, I swear to God, I told you, bro. Everyone confuses me for Jared Kaiser. I swear to God.
Nah,
No,
dude. Fuck that Jared Kaiser guy, bro.
No,
He
that's
fucks his
Jared, the guy
cousins.
that made a only.
Yo, have you guys ever seen Black Clover?
That just sucks ass.
It
Shut
kind of
the fuck
does.
up.
I'm
You guys
still
I'm
watching
leaving.
it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Brett, you
It's
know
good,
to always
bro.
trust my anime
I do
opinion.
trust you.
What
That
do you
shit
mean?
sucks,
You watch
bro.
One Piece.
Nah.
Shut the fuck up. One Piece
Alright,
is golden. Everybody knows it.
it's time to make Giovanni salty. One Piece, more like one piece of trash.
Shut the
Straight
fuck up.
up.
I'm salty.
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna go
do you
hang
guys wanna
myself.
do you guys wanna
I
end the
wanna
video there at that
But
last
in, but my
question?
favorite anime is Death Note.
Alright, we should end
you
this
wanna have a
video
fursuit,
though.
have a
Yeah.
Fursuit.
This is a really long
Alright,
Got
thank you guys
wiki
for
for that
coming
shit.
to our thank you guys for coming to our TED Talk.
This has
Thank
been
you for coming to our TED Talk. This has been great. I haven't shot up any schools. DB2 is probably a rapist. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Fortnite.